Do it, Broly! What up, everybody? It is your boy, King of Games 80. Welcome back to King's Nation. We are here on Dragon Ball Xenoverse. But you know why, though. It's time. You see the title. You know what it is. It's time for the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie review. Guys, this movie literally takes all my favorite anime, Dragon Ball Z moments, all the spots that I have currently right now as being my favorite anime movie. I could rewatch this movie over and over and over. And here's the thing. We are going to do heck of spoilers. So if you do not want me to spoil this movie for you at all, then I suggest you get off this video as fast as you can. But before you do, leave a like, please, and go see it for yourself. But if you couldn't see the movie, or if you don't care, then stay tuned, because we are getting the review ready and it's gonna get set up as soon as we can. Now, I didn't buy the DLC for the movie for Xenoverse 2, so we're gonna have to deal with regular Gogeta and Broly. Alright, so I hope you guys can forgive me with that. Alright?
My power is building, overflowing.
So, this is exactly how that goes down. So guys, if you're wondering if the Broly movie is just another rehash but beautiful take on the other Broly movies, no. There's a little, what's the word? Little Easter eggs, little treats that give recognition to the first Broly movie, and I think the other couple ones too. But we have Broly's backstory, and I'm going to start off what the backstory of Broly. Okay, and a lot of other things that I found cool. So, here's the things that I found cool in the Broly movie. One, it showed that Zardoria and I believe Genius were all first originally part of King Cole, and they weren't called the Frieza Force. They were called the Cold Force, or King Cold Force. Damn, you big bastard. Alright, well. There, like. Okay, so. I can't get an angle. Like, you big bastard. Like. Alright, whatever. Anyway, guys. Don't worry about it. Alright, so we're just gonna Broly in the background. Like, he'd be upset. Alright. Anyway, guys, so I found that cool that the Doria Zarbon was part of the King Cold Force, and now when King Cole actually retired, Frieza took over, and King Cole, said, hey, this is my son, and he's taking over for me. So from now on, the King Cold Force will now be known as the Frieza Force. He also states, so also apparently King Cole was more lenient or less brutal than Frieza was. So Frieza is more of a savage than King Cole. Also, here's why Broly is kind of Broly. Alright? And are you ready for this, guys? So apparently, it's not that Kakarot cried so much. Not anymore. This has nothing to do with that. Apparently, King Vegeta was jealous of Broly's latent battle power because it surpassed even his own son. So he says that Broly's power is so immense that over time it will drive him insane and crazy, and not be just a danger to yourself but to every one of the Saiyans. So he sends him off-world into a desolate planet, and supposedly that's supposed to be a thing only for lower class Saiyans. Alright, so with that out of the way, Broly's backstory is quite sad because Paragus goes to go find him because that's his son, obviously. He also drags another Saiyan in the works. Completely unintentionally, but that's what happens. And oh my god, does things hit the fan because Broly, as a kid, Goku's age, killed these aliens, murked their asses, and would eat them. Now, it was discussed that he turned into a great ape since there's literally a giant moon on the planet 24/7. So it's crazy all in its own. I believe it's 24/7. Anyways, Paragus ends up killing the other Saiyan because one, their ship got damaged, so they can't fly and they can't call for help because no one would even come. So he kills this Saiyan to save on food. And then it goes back to Goku. It shows his training. It shows Frieza killing off the Saiyans. On top of that, we get to see Bardock. And here's a note, guys. Bardock actually catches and understands that Frieza is actually going to destroy planet Vegeta. Not because he was psychic, not because of the whole thing. You didn't get to see his old squad. It's a new squad, I guess. But you also get to see Goku's mother. And how Bardock figured it out was that some random Saiyan told Bardock that, hey, the Frieza Force has been asking a lot about the legendary Super Saiyan lately. And then it goes to Frieza, and then some henchman was like, well, it looks like the legendary Super Saiyan and the Saiyan God is nothing more than just a myth, a legend. And Frieza's like, good to know, but still planning on destroying the planet anyways. And that's what happens. Bardock was able to get Goku out. And even though originally Goku's mother was against it, she finally been okay. And a good plot point was actually, introduced or brought up, which was a lot of people are probably going to say, why didn't Bardock or Goku's mom go with Goku? The reason is their power level is so high they have been detected. Goku's power level was very low, so they probably would not even notice it, and they send him to Earth, obviously. And the reason why they chose Earth specifically was because its inhabitants, they're low power, so you wouldn't stand out amongst anyone. On top of that, they're not very technological advanced, and the planet is low ranking, so it shouldn't fall under or even show up on the Frieza's Force's list of conquering and selling. In which we all know that was the case. It never showed up because Frieza never went to Earth until Goku messed him up and Frieza came back looking. It was sad. It made this departure a lot sadder. Superman vibe. Man, sorry, but it's pretty much when he was a baby and his parents send him off. Alright, so what has Broly been doing all this time? You guys must be wondering. What's going on? Dragon Ball Z Kai, since Dragon Ball Z Kai is like the same thing, and Super. The fact is that Broly's been training by Paragus, and when you find out what Paragus has been doing Broly, it's kind of heartbreaking. Broly is sad. We know him as an unstoppable killing, not be reasoned with, but he cannot be controlled. Paragus has been too non-stop. It was insane, and Paragus found a way to keep Broly under control with a shock collar. So every time Broly gets out of hand, Paragus will shock him. And you're wondering, well, how did Broly and Paragus off the planet? Why they were with a small group, a two-man ship, part of the Frieza Force, and one is a cute little alien girl. You know, she's running away from the space patrol. I forgot what they're called. No, the Galactic Patrol, and so she's hiding the Frieza Force because they're not gonna mess with her since she's part of the Frieza Force. That's her plan. So they're looking for anybody with higher power levels because apparently Frieza killed half of the Force because he felt fighting hard. They weren't trying at all. So what ends up happening is they're scanning and they're looking and they get a bright idea like, let's go out to further out and see if there's anything. And the old man was like, well, you're not going to really find anything out here. There's hardly any life signs. And then you find the power level, which is like over like 3,000 or 4. And then one, which is that, so they go investigate and it's Paragus, old man Paragus being revealed. You see Broly as a teen. I want to say Broly is not. I don't feel like he's an adult. I feel like he's more of a teenager. But even though he's the same age as Goku, he looks younger than Goku. It's weird. So they apparently Paragus is still loyal to the Frieza Force because obviously they don't know what happened to Planet Vegeta. They don't know if Frieza destroyed it. In fact, when they finally meet Frieza, Frieza smiles and goes, "You are aware that Planet Vegeta was destroyed by an asteroid or a meteor, correct?" He goes, "Honestly, it doesn't bother me because I don't care. They did me wrong, and so I hope they all die." So honestly, in my opinion, I think Frieza could even said that I killed the Saiyans and Paragus. Anyways, Frieza not controlled all that well, but he had a second down, which I call a light shock. Okay, but I mean, like, again, I wasn't realizing that one, only about, and three, the character. So to me, it's shit. So I was completely taken back when I found out how powerful the shock truly was. And how Paragus got invited to lunch by the two-man crew that found them. So they're eating. This big brute kind of dude, all drunk, was hitting on the little petite little female. Broly kind of gave a like. And hey, she's clearly not interested in you. Why don't you, I'll buy you a drink. He's like, "I'm not talking to you. And how about you, Sweet Toots? I'm a real warrior. I'm the only warrior here." Kind of like touches her, and Broly is like stands up and down Broly and shut. And even before it happened, guys, it was already told that the female of the two-man crew did not like Paragus because as soon as they sat down to enjoy, Paragus said, "Bro's not looking for friends. Broly can't talk. Like, shut up, Broly, and just eat your food, and then we'll go." So the little female don't appreciate, that he can't even talk and all this, and she's very upset with Paragus, and that's when the big brutish guy comes in. Sorry that I'm all over the place. The movie was fantastic, guys. Anyways, Broly gets angry and picks up the dude literally by his neck. Right, guys? And Paragus like, "Broly, stop it. You gotta stop this, Broly. You can't be doing this, Broly." And Broly's not listening, and he's literally death choking this fool. So Paragus gets the button, gets a shock, and it's a massive shock, ladies and gentlemen. It's literally like crazy. It took me back. It took my brother, because I saw it with him, by surprise. And it was crazy because then that's when I realized that Broly has been getting shocked by this thing all his life, or whenever Paragus built it or found it. I'm most guessing he built it and put it around Broly's neck. Broly will not take it off, and every time Broly loses control, he gets shocked. And it may be possibly, even if he did something wrong during training, he might have gotten shocked too. We don't know the full extent that he used the shock collar for, if it was just to keep Broly calm. And we also found out that the reason why Broly doesn't have a tail is because Paragus has constantly cut it off because of the moon. And in the movie, it was stated that it was only one time, but I watched a Geekdom 101, I believe, and he said that in the novel or whatever, it was multiple times. So, shout outs to Geekdom for, just watching this video and I found that out. So, shout out to that guy. Anyways, moving on. So, the whole reason why, this is even going down, okay, I find stupid. Okay, it's really stupid and it's kind of funny. But before I tell you why Frieza wants to go to Earth, I gotta tell you why Frieza is starting to be like Bulma to me. Bulma was collecting the Dragon Balls. She got 6 of them. Frieza's force, of a small power level, snuck in her lap and took them. She states that the reason why she was gonna make her look 5 years younger. Okay, she wanted to look younger instead of older. And we stated, why not 10 centuries? Bulma states that because I know what people would say. In other words, she states that which would ask her who is your plastic surgeon? Who is your doctor keeping you look so young? And she doesn't want to deal with that. She wants it to look natural. That's the director. Tired of his men saying how short. On top of that, he's tired of dealing with this. And someone stated that if you want to be taller, then why don't you just go back to your second form? That's really tall. That's a really tall form. And Frieza goes, I want to be taller in my natural form. With that said, that kind of raises a question. So and he wants to be also in his golden form as well. So, and when he says that, he's in his final form, not the gold form, but the one before that, which is his final one technically. Before he gets a color code change. So that makes a statement. So is Frieza's final form actually his original form, and he worked backwards? Because that's kind of weird. Because I'm pretty sure his natural form or his first form would be the smaller, short one. But you guys must be wondering, as I'm going on this little tangent, how tall does Frieza want to be? How tall does Frieza want his final form to be? Is it 5 feet? 6 feet? Does he want to be as tall as Broly? Does he want to be as tall as Goku? He states he wants to grow 5 centimeters. That's it, 5 centimeters. And the reason why he wants to grow 5 centimeters and not a foot, not a feet, is because Frieza says the same thing what Bulma says. I know what they would say, I want it to look natural, that I'm still growing, I find that ridiculous. That it doesn't need to have this fight. Like, Frieza's like, I'm just getting the Dragon Balls to get a little taller, and fighting Goku and Vegeta is just a bonus. That's how I look at this whole movie, that all this shit started because of Frieza wanting to get taller. And he's getting butthurt that people were saying that he was short, and every time someone mentioned that, Frieza would kill them on the spot. Hence why I have the Frieza Force is kind of gone right now. Anyways, Frieza gets the 6 Dragon Balls, and instead of making the wish right then and there, Goku, Vegeta, and Whis, and Bulma show up. Paragus comes out of the ship. Broly comes out of the ship. And even though I could have sworn the trailer goes, do it, Broly, and Broly goes flying off, it doesn't. He doesn't say it. He goes, now, Broly. And Broly goes and fights Vegeta. And this fight, guys, was amazing. It really shows that Broly was learning as he was fighting, and not just Vegeta thinking it or saying it. It was shown. Paragus really trained Broly really well. I'll give that to Paragus. Okay, guys. Broly is holding his own against Prince Vegeta until Vegeta goes Super Saiyan. And here's a weird thing. This is also to Geekdom 101 also, but this is my take. Geekdom, so right before Vegeta goes Super Saiyan with his yellow hair and, yellow eyebrows, his eyebrows turn green along with his hair for a few seconds. Now Geekdom says that it could have been like just the shows on how they animated chose the color for that, to cosmetic wise to make it more dramatic. Or it's a hint to maybe Vegeta will get a green transformation. Personally, for me, I think that it was just an Easter egg, considering that green as well. Maybe the homage or Easter egg to that. But if Vegeta gets it, Goku is not far off. Because, skipping a few things, right before hair actually eyebrows turn green a little bit faster, but it didn't long as Vegeta's eyebrows turn green as well. So it's possible that both Goku and Vegeta are gonna get a new transformation, and if Super continues, because I think they're gonna do what they did with the Frieza movie and Battle of Gods movie and incorporate them into the series, making them their own little saga. If they do that, then it's going to be cool. But I don't know how I feel about that, because Goku got Ultra Instinct and Ultra Instinct, and Vegeta got Royal Blue Saiyan Limit Super Saiyan God Blue Limit Breaker. I don't know what that form is called. So it's gonna be weird, seeing them get another like green hair transformation. Anyways, back to the review. Broly's doesn't hold his own with Super Saiyan Vegeta. He's getting his butt kicked, and Paragus did not know anything about Super Saiyan. He knew of the legend, but he didn't know it was a reality. In fact, when Frieza heard him go, "What is this?" Frieza turns to Paragus and goes, "Wait a minute. Can Broly not go Super Saiyan?" He goes, "Super Saiyan? Like in the legend?" Oh, this might be a disappointing fight after all. Broly gets his butt handed to him. But then he gets angrier. And the rage builds up more. And suddenly, he's on with Super Saiyan Vegeta. So Vegeta goes God. With his head eyes. Crazy, ladies and gentlemen. Like, the way he transformed was like it was fire. So in a power, Dragon Ball, and Jiren at the ends of the tournament, fire, Broly gets upset. So as he's ready to, he was actually messing up. He was messing up in Super Saiyan Red, and it was funny because literally said it's, and I don't know if it was, but his power, his ki powered up in his hand, and boom, he shot him. Guys, they're in the Arctic, so this water's hella cold. But that's besides the point. Early. So, anyways, is a call back. Even before Vegeta went Super Saiyan God, he's like, "Broly, come back, this fight's over, stand down." And Broly's not listening. And so that's, Paragus goes and gets the remote, and it's gone. Now, I left this out because this is my interpret and how I wanted it to have been. In the movie, it did show that the little alien female who was part of the two-man team shocked Broly. And we also learned what fur is. Broly monster on this show. I'll be friends with Broly. No, obviously. Broly got her fur thing. And so this is where we're friends. Sad. This leads more Broly's backstory. He's forced to be controlled. He's going elsewhere. And he had wasn't his friend relationship. I feel like crazier thing. I in the back was gone. Then would have done a flashback and then shown remote. That would have been cool. And that's when we were like, "Oh, we were like, hey, Master Remote." We were like, "Oh, fuck." So I think that Broly he has enough. It's and on saying head. He's right, his power, Broly's power level. Vegeta this, and Vegeta asked, like, "I forgot." Oh, this funny because shows up. He whoops on the main butt, just like gets his footing and beats Vegeta. That Broly was on the rope. It was like 15, and then he got it. He's a little ball like Muhammad Ali dance he was doing. And his original Super Saiyan, bro is red. Does taking hands he's and his own or some able to move. Can't move, so he's getting mad. States he over the years a lot of tough Piccolo that long mercenary attack, perfect cell, and all the needed beer. But I don't want to have to listen to what they tell you. Broly doesn't. Broly's heart, I feel like in the fight was he goes do what I'm gonna do. Anyways, it kind of calms down for a split second, and then again, off and so it breaks out. This you guys seen the Geek? This is a toss to the like smack. But Bam Bam has done that from like way. is more towards Flipstone. What's crazy, pupil is cracking out, and so they're trying to figure out why. So it's that used the power of the ape's power, so there's no traction. You can't really. That's crazy. That's cool. Goku have done that. The Goku, Vegeta, didn't. Also, you get to see second that goes the red. The power games are amazing in a bit when they're not really. And he had with Piccolo as well. What ridiculous states that him looking like this pose. Would you rather kill one of being precious tanks when Go Tanks messed or when they became old Go Tanks? Oh, he goes wrong. 0-degree angle. That's bad. Then if they get it right, Frieza's getting littering it right, left, right. Gogeta and man team and they all and they're forcing. I had to BROLY. It used life. It she much for BROLY. It means of course actually a bad guy fella. I don't know if they've in because if that's the case, then there's anything. It's cool to see that there's two parts that hard killing some balls. BROLY attack where we found BROLY. And he knows the sees this. I think he as well. Frieza was gonna, and that was as they ran. Frieza with his finger on, like how no grab do that. And I come cool. It was all long as you can fight with bro. So who wants to from time to time go wants to train? Pretty think super is can and the super type of thing can permanently. It's is that. But just it's heartwarming. It's precious. The stuff and he's now to do. He can be bigger to get the best of him and have their base fan of good. Then he probably got with the kid, just a kid, but he's in or with that cute and possibly have a kid, child. That's all movie, guys. And I can't. I thought my alright. This enough. I go watch this. I watch the repair. It's gonna, and also there's go red because Goku wants the fighting. So, and that night it's in the breaks and favorite anime movie of all time. Something better than movie. Man, I was thinking about it. It was like this. I think debated later on the flip side. Until now, King of Games 80 on Dragon Ball giving out Dragon Ball Super the Bro. All right, guys. That's like all